Hey, welcome to the coffee run. I'm back. There's gonna be a ton of echo today. So again, I'm working through stuff with the new setup here. But yeah, I'm here. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Let's see what happens here. I got probably a shorter show today because I've got stuff going on here. As you know, we just moved. Um, so a couple things from you all. If you help me out here, let me know in the comments how the sound is. I got my microphone up top here, so I want to know if we're sounding okay here. If I need to make an adjustment there, and so we'll see how that goes. And again, we're just kind of running through it. Sideshows here. His comeback tour is awesome. Are on the way. I got to see some of your pictures over the weekend. I'm excited for Sideshow to come back. Yeah, it's going to be echoey until I get the soundproofing up in here, but that's gonna take a minute. I told y'all the soundproofing in my old studio was great, but that stuff ruined my walls so bad I couldn't get it off. We had to basically redo all the walls. We had to take almost the entire wall down and do all this patchwork. It was awful. But anyway, we're gonna be working through it here. If you can see, like, it's clean. I got my door behind me, right? I got crap everywhere in here. It's a total mess, but we'll get there. We will get the echo figured out, Dice Dr. Dan. I promise you. The other show, again, I'm still also working through the table top-down camera views in that room. I'm not happy with the quality yet. I may switch the cameras out. I got a bunch of cameras. I'm going to try some different things here. So that'll be today. Today's going to be studio day. The whole house is unpacked. You should know that. The whole house, we got all of our unpacking basically done. Today's going to be, I'm hanging my pictures out there. I'm going to decorate the studio. I'm going to get the cameras right. The only thing lingering still is my wife's desk. So my wife has my old desk up in her office, right? So her having my desk means I don't have a desk. So I'm using like a table in here and it's super low. So everything is like on the wrong level. We'll get it figured out. I'm in a closet, Dan. Yes, I am. I'm in a closet. This is a walk-in closet. So the bedroom that I took over for the studio, I'm in the walk-in closet for that room. This closet's 8 feet wide and it's 5 feet deep. So plenty of room to fit the desk and everything I got in here. It's actually going to be really good. Once I get the soundproofing done, it's going to be great. It's going to actually be perfect. But yeah, the unpacking pain is real. The nice thing about this house is that our kitchen is quite literally twice the size of the old house's kitchen. We have twice the number of cabinets, which means like things like, this is going off topic here, but things like our mixer, like our KitchenAid mixer and our Vitamix that used to be in the garage, like in a cabinet in the garage. When we need them, we go get them. Now they're just on the counters. Like it's so cool to have things just kind of set up perfectly. So anyway, that's where we are. At the present, we're getting there, and I mentioned there's so many things going on here. I shot good on the show this morning. I'll show you my pain later on, but we did okay in the paycheck today despite an injury. So anyway, let's get to it here. Let's go to our regular updates here, and today's gonna be a shortish kind of a show. So again, if you've got questions, whatever else, just drop me a PC in the chat, and we'll get through it. Here's Louis. I'm going to favorite this comment. We'll talk about that later. The KitchenAid mixer, baby. I can take a picture of it for you. All right. So news and notes. Craps Chat's back. I'm working through scheduling with the guys. But let's talk about what it's going to look like. We're going to go back to a bi-weekly schedule. So starting this Sunday, this coming weekend, first episode of Craps Chat. And the way that it's going to work, again, every other Sunday, it'll be a show. I will be part of it, but a small part of it. My role in Craps Chat is going to be only to produce the show. They may ask me a question or two here and there for funsies, but really I'm not part of the show anymore. I'm just going to be running the controls over here. I'm getting screens set up for it so it looks nice, and it's going to have hopefully very polished feel to it. That's kind of one thing. As far as the format of the show, there's going to be 4 to 5 regular hosts on the show. One primary host. I will introduce you to that person tomorrow. We've been kind of keeping it sort of under wraps. It's like a huge surprise, but our actual main host will be introduced tomorrow. We'll bring him on. The format of the show is going to feel a lot like if you watch Fox News. If you ever watched the show called The Five or a show called Gutfeld at night, we're going to run it kind of that way. So basically it's always more Gutfeld like, where you've got like people relaxed, like, you know, kind of sit back in the chair, and it's going to be this panel of the same 4 or 5 people, right? Our Greg Gutfeld, our main host, will be somebody. He'll have his sidekicks, right? Dylan, of course, will always be the co-host, right? And you've got other people that'll be there all the time, and it's like a regular rhythm of the same 4 to 5 people, and we'll bring in one new guest every week. So one person a week will be invited on as a guest, and that person will be there. They may or may not be an expert in what we're talking about, and it won't be the whole show about the same topic. It's going to be every member of the panel will bring in a topic to talk about. So kind of a round table. Hey, I want to talk about this. I want to talk, and our host will kind of keep the time. We'll do 10-15 minutes on a topic. They will talk about the topic. He'll kind of, you know, help wrangle the or whatever you want to call it, herd the cats a little bit on the topic, switch over, right? That gives us a good every 10-15 minute break. We can throw a commercial in there if we get a sponsor, that kind of thing. We'll end the show with going through viewer comments. My job will be kind of to pull comments that make sense, that are good questions. I'll put viewer comments up during the show as kind of some flavor as to being responding to what's being said, and I'll monitor chat. And yeah, it's going to be a nice rhythm. It's going to be, we've got, you know, I think a really good moderator host, the Gutfeld character. We've got a really good guy who's going to bring in some humor and some experience. We got Skill, of course, who's going to bring in all the great deep thinking questions. We got a couple other people that are going to be there to add, again, knowledge, experience, depth to the show. And then our guest is going to be just a random person every week. It's going to not always be somebody who's a crack shot. It's going to be somebody, maybe one of you. If you want to be a guest on the show, I think it's open for everybody. That's how I look at it. So that's the plan for Craps Chat. It's coming back this Sunday. And we'll, again, every day we'll bring somebody on. We'll talk about their role in the show and that kind of thing. So we'll get that going. Craps for the Cure, October 19th. David from Casino Quest did not get back to me on Friday, although he did get back to me this morning. Of course, he was off for the weekend. The update from David, by the way, is the school is going gangbusters, which is freaking awesome. He said it is going gangbusters. The business model they've got up there is shifting and moving, which is good. They're very nimble, and I told you this before, and I think you guys all need to know this. David is one of the more amazing people I've ever met in my life. I swear to you when I say that. He's so he's funny, right? And so they're both funny. Dave and Alex are funny as hell, and they have a lot of fun doing what they do. They're super serious businessmen, super serious. Like when it comes down, you talk to them about the plan, and man, they are just locked in. Great dudes. So I'm talking to them 2:30 today. We actually set a time for it. We're going to go over the Craps for the Cure, the 10/19 date. We're going to lock it in at either place. So that's going to happen. I'm also still waiting for the casino to lock in our live table for 10/19. They're all in on the date. I just haven't had corporate sign off on it yet. So as soon as we have that, we're in. So just so you know, this is the week that we're going to get the lock. So we're all good there. Yeah, audio needs some work. I know. We'll get there, Dan, for sure. The Craps Academy Awards. Somebody wrote this in chat this morning in the other show. During Daily Paycheck, I forget who it was. Somebody wrote, should there be a Craps Academy Awards? And the award goes to, right? 100% going to happen. You read the tea leaves. Whoever that was read the tea leaves. I was going to kind of hold off on this a little bit, but I've been talking on the side with somebody, and I will let that person come on the show, and we're going to talk about it together. I want him to sort of share his vision for this. But yes, an Academy Award style show for our community is coming. And what that looks like is probably 5 awards. I don't know what they are yet. It might be the funniest show. For sure, we're going to have tactical things. The longest roll on YouTube. The whatever, the most money made on Craps. Those kind of things you can give awards to. But more subjective awards, or more objective awards, rather, like, who's the YouTuber of the year? Who's got the whatever? Yes, we're going to do that, and that's going to culminate at Craps for the Cure. So we're going to do categories. We're going to pick, nominees. We'll do some community voting, and we're going to do some committee voting. So the committee will probably come up with the nominees. The community will vote. The committee will weigh in, and we're going to totally do that. It was Tom. Was it you that said that? I think it was you that said it this morning, right? So if it was you, you read the tea leaves. It's awesome. We are totally doing it. We got to figure the categories out and the nominees. So the committee who's yet being formed will do that, and that's going to be coming. That's a great thing. It's going to be one of the, I think, kind of the capstone for Craps for the Cure. We'll kind of run in during the show, and we'll kind of, that'll be a great way to end the whole thing. I think it's going to be fantastic. So that's going to be really cool. Other community updates today. Dice DGen, Chris is going for 10K again. He's doing the $100 to 10K challenge again. He went full DGen last time, I think, didn't he? I think he's going to do it this time. And again, he learned and he showed you what I have showed you every day on my freaking shows, right? The discipline's where it's at. It's so hard to stop. It's so hard to be like, I'm not going back. Tomorrow's a new day. And it's, if you think about like the math of these things, I talk about this all the time. The math of craps, the math of the casino, it will get you in it'll get you in two ways, right? It'll get your money, but it'll get your brain too. And so think about this. If you sat there and took 100 shooters, if I sat at my table and ran 100 straight shooters, and I did the Dallas Drawdown on 100 straight shooters, right? And I won 75% of the time, like I've been doing, we'd probably be there, right? But you don't do that. You don't sit there for 100 straight shooters. You do today, 3 shooters, and I stopped. Actually, my paycheck was on 1 shooter, and I stopped, right? But you get my point. 3 shooters today, 3 shooters tomorrow, 3 shooters Wednesday, 3 shooters Thursday, whatever it's going to be. Over the course of 3 months, we'll be at 100 shooters. It's the same, right? Math tells you if it's 1 shooter a day for 100 days, 3 shooters a day for 33 days, or 100 shooters in 1 day, your experience mathematically is the exact same. It doesn't matter, right? And I think sometimes you can be in this, as Chris trying to make, they're here? Okay, I'll be right there. All right, well, that's going to kill the show. I'm gonna leave it here. We have a delivery coming. I gotta go out there and take care of this. So, last 2 updates are this: fantasy football. Chris, if you want to do it, I'd like to have the community get on a fantasy football thing again. Politics. I'm going to make this announcement today, but we'll talk more about it tomorrow's show. Politics is here, off the charts right now. Right, we are at 1,000 on the 1 to 10 meter in politics. We're going to keep the politics off of this show, out of my chats. I will be starting a political channel where you are welcome to come and bitch with me over there, just not here. I got to run. We got a delivery coming. I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll have a better, longer, regular show then. I'll do some work in the studio today. But in the meantime, God bless everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.